Pastor just wanted to come and talk to you a little bit today about something that happened this morning, and it kind of happened out of a conversation that me and my lady was having concerning how that seems like we live maybe to a certain degree in a spoiled and unthankful nation, and we just kind of sat down there and we just kind of got to thinking about how blessed we were. And the Bible says in Matthew chapter 1 and verse number 23, it says that a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and you shall call his name Emmanuel, meaning God with us. And then we all know John chapter 3 and verse 16 said, "For God so loved the world that he gave." And I want you to know, as my staff and as your pastor, and I want the whole world to know that I never personally take anything for granted. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's something that you do for us or something that you do for the church. Sheila, you bring me coffee every day, and the staff does all that they can to make sure I'm prepared to do whatever we need to do for ministry. And I want to tell you, it means more than you ever know, and we're thankful for that. And don't ever think that what you do for the church is not noticed, because it is. But we were sitting there, and I was thinking about, I had a board member one time, and his name was Raymond Steverson. He was at the church I was at before I came here for 18 years, and he had a saying, and his saying was that it's a poor frog that doesn't croak about his own pond. And my mind has went back just over the past couple of weeks. And today, if we were talking about how that if at the end of this day today, if you have not received an evil report from a doctor, if you have not been involved in an accident, if you have your grandchildren are all safe, if your children are all safe, if your marriage is great, at the end of this day, regardless what it brings, you can sit down and you can still look around and you can see how much, Jesse, that we have to be thankful for, just because we make it through the day. But over the last couple of weeks, even as near as the day before yesterday, we had a young woman in our church that had a knot in her breast and went, and we were hoping it would be just a cyst or something. But a few hours ago, we found out that she has breast cancer. And she'll be going into surgery in the next few days. But we're trusting God with that, and we believe in God with that. But if you can just make it through the day, and God bring you through that, Michael, and God give you victory through that day, that's so much to be thankful for. Just the fact that you make it through the day. And but we were sitting there talking this morning and thinking about certain things concerning our church, and what happened around here on any given Sunday is amazing. How that God moves and how that God ministers. And but today, starting today, we have people in our church that because this church was so loving and giving, we just put a little box out in the foyer to help us get some funds to go buy kids gifts that wouldn't have them if it was not for what was happening today. And this church family just opened up its arms and just put money in that. And they just didn't open up their arms, but they opened up their wallets and put money in that box. And today we have some of our ladies that's out shopping for these kids. You know, we, right here in this office over there in the corner, I went to Bass Pro a couple days ago and picked up 2 rod and reel combinations for 2 guys, little guys that was on the Christmas list, and their daddy hadn't worked in 2.5 months. He's tried, but his work ran out, and so we got that, and now these folks are out shopping, and so there's going to be children come Christmas morning that's going to have gifts under a tree somewhere because of this amazing church family and how that it's gave. And man, I'm just so thankful for that kind of love that this body has, that gives like that. And I was wondering how it moves the heart of God. Moves the heart of God. And you know, you guys was with us Sunday, and a family that has said no to Islam and yes to God, that they were given a choice: you either serve Muhammad or you serve this Jesus of yours. If you serve Muhammad, then you can stay in the family, but if you don't serve him, or you serve this Jesus, then we're going to kick you out. And a family that made the choice of Jesus, that said, I'm going to serve him, this amazing church body, I just, right in the middle of what God was doing Sunday, I just felt led to give them an offering. And this church body just began to move, and by the time it was over with, this family that said yes to Jesus had received thousands of dollars in an offering that's going to help them survive, all because of this wonderful, wonderful church body. And when it says that you shall call his name Emmanuel, God with us, this morning me and my lady were talking about the God that was in us. You know, that not only is he with us, but he is in us. And if you could sprout wings and fly around this church building today, and fly over our building, and fly over our Family Life Center, and fly down our parking lot, and see what God has just done this year, and how that he has moved and ministered this year. Oh, I think God looks at me sometimes and just scratches his head. But you know, I get up on mornings and I ask God, I said, Lord, send us $1.3 million today. And so our vision is to one day walk in here and all of this be debt free, and then we step through other doors that God is opening for us, and to reach the world for him, and things that I was talking to one of my board members last night. He dropped by the house. And I told him, I said, you guys get ready after the first 2 years, Lord Terry, we're fixing to go to work. And he just looked at me and smiled. But with a heart of acceptance and ready to do whatever God leads us to do. But I'm so glad that I have the honor to sit as senior pastor of this place, and I'm so honored that you guys are such a vital part of that. And I'm so thankful for this house and the people that walk through it, our doors. Sunday we gave away hundreds of hams to families that they're going to have when they sit down and eat their Christmas dinner, even though we can't be with them, we feel like we're there because we were able to do what David said when he said, if they need anything, let them come to the door of the house and receive from God and receive what God has prepared for them. And none of this could be going on if it wasn't for this magnificent church body. And I just wanted to say today to you guys that I'm just so thankful for you. I'm thankful for the big things that you do and the little things that you do. And I'm thankful for this wonderful body that God has given us. Pastor Jesse, you know of doors that are being opened and things that we can yet step through to reach so many for God. And there's some things that God's got to do in order for that to take place. That's in my heart. And visions and the Lord, the Holy Spirit speaking to me to do certain things. And He knows what He's got to do in order for that to take place. But it only happens as hearts of men and women are turned toward God. And then they be obedient to Him. I know that today there's probably some people that may be watching this video today that they may be going through cancer. You know, they may be facing something, be facing death. Sister Sheila, you mailed out several letters this week to, at the end of the year, Pastor always tries to mail every family that I have preached a funeral, mail them a letter encouraging them during their loss, even at the end of the year. And we sent out several, and I could not, every time I look at that list at the end of every year, I can't believe that we had that many deaths. And but they got a letter in the mail sometime this week, hopefully encouraging them during this time of loss, but at the same time, this wonderful time of celebration of the birth of Christ. And I just wanted to say to our church, I want to say thank you so much for all that you have done. Anybody that's given a dime to this ministry, I want them to know that we're trying to make it stretch as far as we can and let it do as much as it can. And we just believe that God's going to supply everything that we need in order for His purpose to be fulfilled in this last few seconds of time, because I believe the Lord's about to come. But I pray for healing to people, for their mind, body, and soul. I pray no one is doing without. If we know it, we will do all we can to supply their needs. But I just want to encourage you guys and tell you thank you for all you do. And words, I can't adequately say how much I love you and how much I love this body. I know if the Lord tarries one day, I won't be sitting here, because one day the Lord will say, "Well done, son." But I want what God has done here and what God continues to do here until His coming. I want it to bring glory to Him. And I wanted to croak about the pond a little this morning, and just it's an amazing church, and got an amazing staff, and amazing people, and I'm so thankful for it. And I just wanted to say thank you, and God bless you, and hope you have a Merry Christmas. Hope all of our church body has a Merry Christmas, and we're thankful for what God is using us for. So enjoy your family, and I hope everything goes well with you, and I hope you're able to get some rest over the next couple of days, and but Merry Christmas. I love you all.